Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Max Mosley's Flying Circus here on the Sesh. I am your host, Raveheart, here as always, with my best friend, my co-host, my partner in crime, Taylor Surreal, and we are here to talk about the British Grand Prix, the fucking best race of the year, hands down.
That was wild. Freaking wild.
Like, what was your favorite part?
Ugh, my favorite part. I don't even know because there was so much good stuff. Uh, I'll tell you what my least favorite part was, and that was Max's just basic failure.
Did you
You
hear,
remember
like,
when he comes around the corner? He's in the lead. He's gonna win the race. He comes around the corner, and then all of a sudden he looks like he's going slow. He's going like 70 miles an hour, and then the Ferraris are like, "Well," and they go right around him. That was my least favorite. But my favorite's got to be the consistent overtaking towards the end there, when it was just like, "Oh, Hamilton and Leclerc signed. Oh, back and forth, back and forth."
that like three-way battle that turned like towards the end into a five-way battle when fucking Alonso and Norris caught up. That was
Yeah.
that was insane.
I haven't seen anything like that. Come to think of it, because you're like, the announcers and everything's going crazy. Oh my God, the overtake, and he overtook him, and then the next corner, the other guy retakes his position. I'm like, what? No.
I think like they were talking like there were multiple people that I've seen say that like Leclerc's like passing Hamilton on the outside of Cops was like one of the best overtakes of all time, because it was like Lewis was on fresh softs and LeCluckles was on used, like, well-worn hard tires, but yet still managed to get past him with a broken front wing.
Oh yeah, he had that broken wing basically like the whole race.
Yeah, and like we gotta say, like, Ferrari fucked LeCluckles on the strategy, but also like big ups to fucking Sergio for just saying like, no, I'm not holding up the pack. Fuck you. You know, I'm gonna get mine.
Mm-hmm.
And just flies past LeCluckles and doesn't look back.
Mm-hmm.
I also gotta love the Matteo Binotto shaking the finger at LeCluckles in the pits after the race, like, don't you ever fucking let that happen again. It's just like, the one thing it's like I've heard a lot of people talking about, it's like Ferrari used to be so good at these like ruthless team orders and like keeping that shit like all cleared up, but like now they're just so indecisive about it. And I'm just like, yeah, because your team is being run by Italians now instead of Brits, and it's like there's a completely different ethos to how those orders get delivered. It's like, this is what you have to do it or you're gone. And yeah, I'm surprised that there wasn't like a more forceful push at one point, but like you could tell that like LeCluckles was begging for it.
Mm-hmm.
And also, like, you were talking about Max. It was like his he said something about how like he saw the debris he was gonna hit. And he was like, okay, I couldn't go around to the outside. There wasn't time for me to turn in and miss it on the inside.
Right.
So I just decided to drive right over it and hope that nothing bad would happen. And yeah, obviously that didn't really help.
Well, he calculated the risk in all options, and that was, I guess, the best option at the time.
Didn't quite work out for him, but
no, ruined my day to a degree.
He also got we also got to see him and Mick battle at the end, which was fucking great.
I was like, is Mick seriously about to overtake him right here for the position? And then they're like, oh no, Max Verstappen just gets over the line. I'm like, oh my god, what the hell was that?
That was fucking amazing, dude. That was just like, that was Mick Schumacher, like, I'm in the points. Part of me was also like, bro, don't fuck this up.
Oh my god, yeah.
Like, just give Max the space. Like, I know his car is damaged, but he'll still get those elbows out either way.
Mm-hmm.
You're not gonna.
Is a crash or any kind of collision or any kind of contact at any point during any race from here on out.
To fuck this up and cost your first points in Formula One. That's a. What I think is really funny is, like, it took George Russell like 3 seasons and change to score his first, or like 2 seasons and change to score his first points.
True. Well,
Mick scores on his second season, and people are like, "Oh, he doesn't belong in Formula One." Like,
true.
I don't know about that.
He's a pretty good driver. He just hadn't had the best of luck with ripping cars in half lately.
Yeah, he does need to get the crashing under control. A bit.
Yeah.
But
speaking of crashing, should we touch on the insanity?
Bro, yeah. What I think is kind of funny is that like Joe's crash was arguably worse.
And Grosjean.
Oh, like I definitely think Grosjean's was worse. Just the fact that it like hit the barrier and immediately burst into
flames.
But like
ripped in half. Yeah.
It's like Joe got treated at the on-track medical center, but Albon had to be sent to the hospital because he triggered because his crash triggered the. Like, there's like a sensor in the car that, like, if it goes above a certain number of G, like, the driver has to immediately be taken to the hospital. Joe's apparently didn't trigger that sensor, but Albon's did.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Joe's was just way more aggressive looking. The fact that the car flipped so quickly and immediately flipped onto its top and then continued, like it didn't catch air again and roll until it hit the barrier, and then it rolled, flipped over into the barrier. But like, since the Grosjean crash, I don't think the F1 world has seen a serious crash like that up until this past weekend.
No, like that one is that hands down the worst since Grosjean.
This is a pretty horrific crash. I didn't think, if it wasn't for the halo, he would be dead.
Probably, yeah. And then there was like another one in F2 or F3 earlier on in the weekend that was just as bad.
Oh, I did see that one too, yeah.
Like, shout out to the people who invented that shit and who are in charge of keeping Formula One racing safe. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to make those do a kickflip memes. Because then, it would be bad if I was making... It would be really callous of me to make that if somebody died.
Not really your style of humor.
No, I don't want to, make fun of somebody dying. It's like the fact that he was moving, getting out of the car. I was like, all right, let's go cue up the meme. Let's start pulling the background out of the costume. Like, he's fine. I'm good. I can make that meme. Like,
the only reason I think he's good is because I think Tom Cruise is the first person on scene, and I think he ripped the barrier off.
He pulled the Ricky Bobby, like in the car. Help me Jesus, help me Jewish guy, help me Tom Cruise, and then Tom Cruise just magically appears.
Cruise appears. He was at the race, but appeared immediately somehow.
So was Gordon Ramsay and his just oddly young wife.
His whole family was in there, or not the kids, I don't think, but it was a good amount of. What was Keanu there just for qualifying?
I don't know.
I never saw him on the race, I don't think, or did I?
I didn't see him, but
I thought I saw him on qualifying.
It's Keanu Reeves. You know he was there. He was just like, guys, I gave you qualifying. Just let me enjoy the race.
Like, Keanu, are you here for pleasure or are you working? He's like, I'm always working.
Something also tells me, like, Keanu Reeves would definitely be the guy to, like, get the full celebrity treatment on the Saturday for qualifying, but then just get a regular ticket for Sunday on the race.
Like up in the nosebleeds, just casual.
Yeah,
by
like
himself.
nobody knows he's there. It's just like, you know, he's got like the baseball cap and sunglasses. He's just like trying to blend in, be all incognito, and like nobody seems to notice that it's fucking Keanu Reeves sitting next to him.
Meanwhile, Tom Cruise is in the paddock with Toto Wolff and everybody, and
yeah, like and kicking it with Lewis and his dad after the race. Yeah, that was a weird one. But like to see also like Lewis Hamilton's dad and Checo's dad like fucking hyped during the podium ceremony. Like, those are our boys, yeah. I fucking love Checo's dad. He is
oh, he's the man.
One of the best like non-driving figures in F1.
Yeah. Unlike Max's dad, who's just being annoying as hell lately.
Yeah, Yas is kind of a dick. But, you know, former F1 driver himself, you can kind of put 2 and 2 together on that one.
Yep.
Not necessarily going to be the nicest of dudes. But from there, let's move on to the Predictors Championship. I haven't updated the numbers in a bit, but I will look at the most recent. So, after Baku, it is Surreal Grand Prix, 173, Braveheart Racing, 172. I'm a point behind you. I know we picked Monaco, but I haven't like gone back and actually looked through that footage because I never ended up posting the video, so we'll just move past that. And make our picks for the Red Bull Ring. I don't know if this is the Austrian Grand Prix, the Styrian Grand Prix. You know, they've finally given Spielberg his own race, and this, you know, the Spielberg Grand Prix at the Red Bull Ring.
All kinds of special effects wired throughout the whole facility.
It's like right when the pack gets ready to go into turn 1 at the start, just like a fucking T-Rex jumps out of the gravel pit.
Yes.
Honestly, that could be very funny. Just to see who gets scared.
Somebody like wobbles, crashes, there's a horrific pileup.
Yeah, it would be funny, but also probably a very costly accident at the same time.
Yes.
But all right, man. Let's hear them. What are your picks?
Okay. On pole, I played safe. I'll go LeCluckles, I guess. But P1, I'm going Max. For some reason, I have the feeling, the gut feeling in the beginning, that Red Bull's going to go 1-2. So I'm going Perez P2.
Oh, shit.
I'm going Sainz P3, LeCluckles P4. I think I'm going Lewis Hamilton P5. Fastest lap. I think I'm going to go Lewis Hamilton. Why?
I mean, he cranked out a few of them at Silverstone. We got to give him credit for that.
Yes, he did. Something's going on with that Mercedes car again, and Lewis is getting a little spark back, and he was just fastest lap after fastest lap, and he wasn't even up in the top like 3 or 4 at that time. He was like 6'7" or something.
Yeah,
5'6".
he was chasing down that front pack, before the safety car. And then once the safety car came in, yeah. I legitimately thought at one point he was going to pull some shenanigans and end up winning.
I dead ass was like, no. I was thinking the same thing. I'm like, there's no way, but there is a way. But it better not happen.
If there is a way, and if there is a way, Toto Wolff and Lewis Hamilton will find it.
And if Tom Cruise is there, god damn it.
He's gonna be channeling all that Xenu energy to fucking make sure that
he was definitely channeling it. He's like, fuck, Tom Cruise is here. I can't. I got a podium. I got a podium. I have to. There's no.
I wonder if in Lewis Hamilton's fucking F1 movie that he's gonna be making for Apple or whoever, that Tom Cruise and Brad Pitt are going to be team principals. Because I think that would be fucking fantastic.
That'd be amazing.
That'd be so fucking good. But alright. Pole position for me. I'm going Mad Max Verstappen. P1. Mad Max. P2. LeCluckles. P3. I'm going back and forth between Checo and Sainz. I gotta go Checo P3. I'm going to go Jorge Russell P4. Sainz P5.
Okay.
And fastest lap. Fuck it, I'm going to give it to Checo because he's been... I don't know. Like, there's part of me that says, like, give it to Max because... No, fuck it. No, I will. I'll give it to Max. Fuck Checo. Which apparently there are a lot of people saying that Checo looks like Tom Cruise.
Who is saying that?
The WTF1 podcast is saying that Checo looks like Tom Cruise.
I do not see it.
I mean, I don't see it either, apart from the height. They're not particularly tall dudes. Let's put it that way. And though I'm surprised that Tom Cruise was like fine being filmed from normal vantage points, like, because like under normal circumstances, like he has to be like, it has to be a low angle to make him look taller.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so yeah. Fastest lap Mad Max. Yeah. I think that's going to be a good place to end it. I'm hoping to see the Dutch fans back out in force at the Red Bull Ring this year. So I can repost that Please Help Me Find Molly TikTok. See if we can get more views on it this year than last year.
It's give me nothing but orange smoke.
Weirdly, I was expecting, after the Tifosi pulled it out early on in the season, I was expecting there to be a little bit more of a smoke battle going on, but there hasn't seemed to really be any.
It's not the move this year, I guess. We're going to find out this weekend, though.
Yeah, we'll find out this weekend. If the Orange Army shows up in force at the Red Bull Ring, that, that pit straight at Monza is just going to be a cloud of red smoke come the Italian Grand Prix, but
that would be awesome.
I'm hoping that's what we see. But until that point, thanks for session with us, guys. And we will be back next week to review the Austrian Grand Prix. But I've been Raveheart. He has been Taylor Surreal. Until next time, adios.